Now, hello.
Help
Welcome
me!
to another trash. You're grand. It's.
He looks really pissed, Marty.
They're all pissed. They're xenomorphs. I'd be pissed if I started this fucking movie, babe. In fairness, um, despite the fantastic cast. So yeah, hello Dice. Hello Larry.
Hi,
Hello
guys.
Strange Monkey. Um. So tonight, myself and Jen decided to do a review of Coffin Crew. How are you doing? We decided to do a review of 1997's Alien Resurrection, and
Marty, it's like sticking its little penis thing out at me, the tip or
okay,
whatever.
take it down if it's scaring you that much. Jesus Christ,
It looks pissed.
they're all pissed. They've got no eyes and they only have teeth, and they starred in this. I'd be pissed. So
Marty, what do you mean? You told me before we watched it. You said Larry and Eric were liars because we were talking, and they're like, "Oh God, don't watch this," and you're like, "They're dirty liars, Jen."
technically they are. Technically, they are because this is not the worst Alien movie in the franchise. Not the worst,
Not the
but
worst, huh?
not the worst. Coffin Crew says hello. I don't think scared is the emotion on Jen's end there. I don't know. I don't. Fuck. He's
Well, I
fucking
mean, it's
weirdo.
like a penis dice, so it's my
Yeah.
even if the ones that scare me, they still excite me, and it's a purple penis.
Jesus Christ Almighty. Oh, okay. So, we watched Alien Resurrection, released in 1997, directed by Jean-Pierre Jeunet.
First time
Uh,
watch for me.
First time watch for Jen. She hadn't seen it. I kind of broke your cherry on the further franchise because you had not seen Tree.
Mm-mm.
A lot of people, I don't know why, prefer this movie to Tree. And I'm like, really? Really?
I can understand why. I'm not saying I agree with him, but I do understand why.
I can as well. I can as well because it's not as grim. It's definitely a lot more fun. It's very French.
Yes,
It's
very. The French.
xenomorph. But yeah. So a bit of a rundown on the movie. Came out in 1997, directed by Jean-Pierre Jeunet. Script written by that dipshit Joss Whedon, and it has obviously it brings back Sigourney Weaver from the dead, which is a major issue I have. Sorry, babe. Go on.
Oh, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I do have a fun fact, and this is like you're definitely the alien guy and the more knowledgeable person. But somebody asked Sigourney Weaver because she had gone on record saying she didn't want to do a fourth movie, and then she was in this movie, and someone asked her, "What made you change your mind? What artistic merit? What was it? Was there something so compelling about this story that you had to?" And Sigourney Weaver, much like her character in this one, Quipley, as you deemed her, said no. The studio basically just drove a dump truck full of cash to her house, and she's like, "Okay," and that's pretty much how they got her.
And she said, well, it was either this or Alien versus Predator. So she slowed the hemorrhaging slightly of the franchise. So you have Sigourney Weaver returning not as Ellen Ripley, but as Ripley 8. Winona Ryder as spoilers for a movie that's fucking what 30 years old now. I don't fucking know. Nearly 30 years old. Winona Ryder call a synthetic. Fun fact, as I was telling Jen, this is proof of what I call the synthetic alphabet. The first movie you have Ash, the second movie you have Bishop. Alien 3 has Bishop again, and this has Call, and then Prometheus had David, so A, B, C, D. I think Covenant fucked it up. Covenant fucked a lot of things up. So essentially, you have Winona Ryder. she was a bit annoying in this. I found her a bit of a eh. She was
You're not the only one who wasn't hot on Winona. I think even back in the day, people weren't super. They were like, "Really? Does she, the girl that was into How to Make an American Quilt is gonna be in this?" There's a bit of a tonal change. I don't think she's bad. More, it's not that it's a bad performance. More with me, where it's just she doesn't do a lot. I know she's supposed to be kind of the other girl we're rooting for and all that. She doesn't do a lot.
no, she's it's it's weird. It's like, okay, we have this synthetic character, but she doesn't do anything cool like a knife trick or try to fucking stuff a porno mag down Sigourney Weaver's throat as a
Or she
form of.
doesn't do a cool basketball spinny thing.
We'll get to that, babe. We'll get to Ripley 8 and her secret alien powers. The rest of the cast is pretty solid as well. We have Michael Winscott as Eligen, captain of the Betty, the mercenary pirate ship, the Betty. His second in command, Gary Dorden, who played Christie. You might know him from CSI. Ron Perlman plays Johnner, this kind of Neanderthal-esque kind of henchman for the fucking crew. Kim
But a
Flowers.
likable one.
Yeah, he is. It's weird because at the start you're like, oh, this fucking dude, he's going to be the first to get the chop. But as the movie goes on, you're like, yeah, he's all right. I think he was the French equivalent of fucking Bill Paxton, because Janae worked with him before in City of Lost Children and thought he was incredibly funny. So you also had Kim Flowers as Hillard. Raymond Cruz from Breaking Bad as DeStefano, and okay, go on. You can name the rest of the crew if you can.
I'm only interested in one member of the crew. Brad Dourif is in this as well. He's awesome. He wants to fuck the alien, and he's even hot when he wants to fuck a penis.
Yeah, it's not hyperbole. She's not joking. She's not trying to be funny. She seriously, the dude wants to actually screw an alien. It's
He's a beautiful, beautiful butterfly. I love him.
It's a very French movie.
Very. Do you think that was another reason? Because I don't think this movie is hated so much, Marty. I think it's very divided. I think this is one that's a very divisive movie. You either really enjoy it or you roll your eyes and go, Jesus Christ.
It's definitely a Marmite movie. You either love this or hate this. Me, I don't either.
You're the one.
I'm the exception to the rule. I'm the guy who, like his kids, he has 4 kids. He had 4 kids initially. 2 of them went to Harvard, right? The first 2 went to Harvard. The third one went to fucking, I don't know, Stanford. And the 4th one went to community college. It's like, hey, he went to college. He went to fucking college, okay? He went to college. My issues with this movie is it's tonally, it's all over the fucking place, and primarily for me, bringing back Weaver. I know it's not Ripley, it's Ripley 8, but bringing back the character of Ripley in whatever form delegitimizes the sacrifice she made in part 3, and that was the heart of the movie for me.
I understand. I understand. Like, I can be on both sides of this fence because I see where you're coming from, but I also can kind of see, as some fans would be like, okay, we want Ripley back in any form we can get, so we'll take this. It's kind of bullshit, but we can swallow it if we get her back. And she does okay. She's very, like you said, very quippy in this one, and it's a different side to the character we see. She's a little more loose and a little more fun. She was a little very, very headstrong and tough in all the other films. This one, there's a lightness to her. This movie has a lightness that none of the others have, and you can either love it or hate it. But that's one thing I was going to tell you. This has I guess all of the movies have an incredibly different feel from each other, but this one in particular really stands out as very different from the others, even though what it's doing, the script, one of its problems is the script is pretty generic. There's nothing really new they're doing with. We're just bringing back our main character, and for good or for bad, like if you, it's a fun popcorn movie for me, Marty. I didn't hate this. I didn't love it like I liked 3, but I don't hate it either. I don't hate it if you take it for what it is. And for me, this is a very artful popcorn movie, if that's a thing.
It's a bit too shiny for my liking. It's
Yeah,
stylistically it's fantastic, but the first
gorgeous.
3, um, they
Hey,
were
Kara.
the use. They keep. Hey, Cara. They kept the use future aesthetic perfectly. Everything felt real. This was very shiny, very bright. They tried keep getting the dark
Slick.
corridors and stuff like that, but it was very slick. No surprise, it was the first of the franchise to be filmed in the United States. Up until then, Aliens, and Alien 3 had been shot in England in the Bond studio. I'm after forgetting the name. It fucking burnt down. They shot Legend in it. Ah, Christ, it'll come back to me. But let's see. Hey, Larry, I don't hate Resurrection. I saw it in the theater and had a fun time. Yeah, it's
That's
a
kind
fun
of my
movie.
theory with it. That's where I am. It is, I think it's and I think it's also talking to the audience, because I think there was I know you love 3, I love 3, but I think we're in the minority. I think this is for people to kind of go, hey, it's kind of like the equivalent of Halloween 4 in a weird way. You know how everyone hated 3? This is sort of like, hey guys, we know you hated this dark, grim, emo-y movie. It won't have anything to do with that. We're going to give you a bright, shiny, fun alien picture, a fun summer blockbuster, if you will. And I think that the movie tries to distance itself from the other one in a way, and we get a more digestible movie, because although you and I love 3, there's a lot of people that don't and just roll their eyes and say that's the worst one in the franchise. I don't agree with that myself, but I can see where people are coming from.
Just reading the tin here. Larry says he doesn't hate it. As you said, he saw it in the theater, had fun with it. Kara says this is a fun movie. I think Jasper directed this. Is that another name for Jean-Pierre Jeunet? The dude who directed it was a French director who directed City of Lost Children. Other Kara says it's funny. I like both Halloween 3 and Alien 3, the extended cut. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, you're right. 3 is my favorite. No way, Alien 3 is great. Yeah, Alien 3 is cool.
Yeah, I love
I,
Alien 3
I
too.
get really annoyed when people say, oh, Alien 3 is the coffin nail in the franchise. I'm gonna say this one's the coffin nail in the franchise.
I wouldn't say eat. Of course, now everyone, you and like hardcore Alien fans would go, "You're a fucking poser. You just barely are seeing these movies." But if you want someone who has a little bit fresh eyes toward these movies, I don't think either one. I don't think either one of these movies are bad. I can see where some people will kind of grind their teeth with 3, and it won't be. 3 is a movie that's not for everybody, and we definitely take a different direction. But there's a lot to be appreciated with it. This movie, on the other hand, is just fun, slick. It's stylistic. We get a lot more humor injected into it to lighten up the mood, or as much as you can in an alien movie. It is shot beautifully. I think the strongest part, aside from the performances, is it is shot real pretty. And you can definitely tell this has a very French kind of feel to it in the best ways possible.
I like again, and I'm after remembering the name. I think there was something lost by it not being filmed in Pinewood in England, because there is a very kind of personal and well handcrafted feel to those first 3 pictures, where this has its own thing. It does its own thing. It adds stuff to the lore. It does jump ahead 200 years, and that can kind of make sense as well. That like how long like it took to clone Ripley. Although I don't know how long a blood sample can fucking last. They get some continuity stuff wrong as well. For example, Brad Dorff says, "We found your blood on Fury 16." I'm like, it's Fury 161, motherfucker. And the other thing that kind of bugs the shit out of me with this movie is, god damn it. So the ever-present deadly corporation, the main villain. A lot of people say that this is the main villain of the Alien franchise. Weyland-Yutani got bought out. Jen, who did it get bought out from? Or by?
It got. I think it's funny.
Walmart. Walmart bought out Weyland-Yutani.
I got this alien. It makes sense, Marty. I got the alien from Walmart.
Walmart's going to own everything. It's scary. It's fucking scary. It's like if he said Disney, I'd be like, bullshit. Like, but no, yeah, fucking in this movie, it suggests that Weyland-Yutani was bought out by Walmart. Let's see. Definitely love the direction of the assembly cut. Cara with a C says, I have fun with this one, but when I start trying to put it in the other films and the universe overall, I have, again, it continuity wise, even with the 200-year time gap, some of the shit doesn't add up. Horrorcat that says Ron Perlman chews up the screen in Resurrection. It's a fantastic cast. Well, Joss Whedon did write it, so that's where the quippiness comes from, because Joss Whedon does write it. So,
do you think there's too much quippiness in it, Marty? Because this is probably the one that has the most humor injected into it, wouldn't you say, or at least up to this point?
By the end, like Ripley's dropping zingers left, right, and fucking center, babe.
Is that a bad thing for you? Is that one of the reasons why you don't care for this? Do you think we could have toned down on the humor a little bit?
It's like I'm trying to think. It's Ellen Ripley. It's like, if fucking if it had Michael Myers like fucking doing sweet tricks with a yo-yo and then strangling someone with the yo-yo, yes, that is viable, but it's not the character. Okay, he's like, ooh, walk the dog or whatever, and then like strangle someone.
We just got peanut butter on our penises. Hello, Creepy McGee.
Hey, Creepy McGee. So we'll go a bit into the plot. So as I said, takes place 200 years after Alien 3, aboard the Eureka, which is a military medical vessel. Hey, LJ.
Hey, LJ.
And they've cloned Ripley and they've extracted the alien queen. And the two main scientists are Giddeman, played by Brad Dorff, and Dr. Red, played by J.E. Freeman. He was the dude. I don't know. Is it Wild Heart with Nicolas Cage and Laura Dern? Basically, Laura Dern's mother sends him to kill Nicolas Cage in the movie.
I think so. So.
And they are basically under the command of General Perez, played by Dan Hedaya, or as you know him from Cheers. What is he again, gent?
He is the ex-husband of Rita Perlman's character. He I think he was supposed to be one of those ones that would only had like one episode and people really liked him, so they brought him back for a lot. And I always, whenever I see him, I think, oh, cheers.
Jen, I have a question for you. Do you think that was his actual arm here?
Yes. He also was in Commando. He played the bad guy in Commando.
Oh, yeah, he was in Commando. Yeah. Jen, right. So Commando takes place in the continent of Valverde, which also exists in Predator, which also exists in Alien versus Predator. So maybe this character is an ancestor of the character Arnold killed in Commando. And no, it's not.
I could buy it. You know what? I think someone like you who could write some really good stuff. I think if you could do something, I would read a fanfic of that.
Jesus Christ. Get to the chopper. He's going to chest burst.
I wish you had that line in this movie, even though there's no choppers. But get to the Betty. Get to
Yeah,
the Betty.
but so
Oh,
basically,
Laurie says in Die Hard 2.
yeah, and Die Hard too. All the universes are connected. All the universes are connected. Um, so they extract the Queen from Ripley, and we watched the extended cut, and Ripley's all fucking superpowered and shit, and doing superpowered shit, breaking dudes' wrists and fucking slapping her legs around her waists and stuff. And
This again, very sexual, very French. I mean, I love how like us Americans are kind of repressed. I love how the French, we just have to get any sort of eroticism we can. It's a very erotic movie. Like, and I'm not being funny when I say that. There is some scene, and there is also I know I'm jumping all over the place here. But did you get a little bit of, loving between Winona Ryder and Sigourney Weaver? Or is that just me?
they were going for that, but then about halfway through, because especially with the extended cut, guys, we kind of get like, well, is called a new Newt. Is Ripley kind of trying to?
So it's an incest thing too?
Yeah, I suppose. Fuck it. Like, one's a robot and the other's a fucking xenomorph hybrid. So, you know.
Yay! So lesbian incest. That's
Yeah.
hot, and it's French. I can believe a French person would do that. Yay!
Jesus H. Christ.
I'm
Anywho.
starting to like this movie better and better.
God damn it. God damn it, Jen. It's my day. It's Alien Day, okay?
I'm sorry, darling. It's just you're the one who kind of brought up the incest because daughter.
No, they do. They jump from, there's this kind of lesbian attraction to Ripley's more of a mother towards her at the end, like,
Mommy.
Oh, Jesus Christ almighty. Anywho, so we move on and we see.
I just want to imagine Winona Ryder.
Yeah, Cara, all of them got extended cuts. When they were re-released, the Alien quadrilogy was released in 2003. Alien had a director's cut. James Cameron Aliens had an extended cut, or a director's cut. Alien 3 has an extended cut, not a director's cut, because fucking Fincher will not put his name to any of that movies anymore. And Janae was like, "Oh, all of these have extended cuts? Yeah, we're putting duplicate versions on." I don't have an extended. Maybe I can just slap a couple of deleted scenes and call that my director's cut. So the opening is different as well, because in the original movie, it opens up with like the furnace in Alien 3, and then that mutates into the clones, the failed clones. Where in this one, it's just they're trying to fake us out into thinking, oh, we see a xenomorph already, but it's a teeny tiny bug that a soldier squishes, puts into a straw, and shoots at the window.
Marty, do you think that's commentary though? Because no matter how big, like us humans think we're hot shit, but the aliens don't really. I mean, do you think that's kind of commentary? We're bugs.
No, it is.
It is.
Yeah, it is. It's like, as I said before, I like Alien and Predator because I like to think there's things out in the galaxy, out in the universe, that's the failsafe to stop us fucking vermin getting off this petri dish of a planet and fucking wiping out the rest of the cosmos. But yeah, I love that box set as well. But yeah, there's a bunch of extended cuts. But I think the stuff that's added to this doesn't really make any kind of major change, because it's like there is bar one scene. I think there actually, to tell like two scenes. One, because Ripley is doing a cognitive test because she's still kind of and she sees a picture of a little girl, and you think she's thinking of Newt because she starts crying. And then the other scene, the extended scene in the chapel between Call and Ripley, I think that actually is a good scene, because we get there's a bit of antagonistic kind of uh,
Friction.
ideals with the two, and this shows them bonding that they're neither human. But like call is like, I don't feel human, and I don't have a purpose and shit like that. And Ripley, trying to cheer her up, goes, "Why did you come here?" And she goes, "Oh, to stop the alien." You're an asshole. You're the new asshole model they're putting out. I kind of I like that kind of fucking that scene. That I thought that was interesting. Just having Ripley kind of deal with Call like that. And is Jen Fosen? I'm just gonna. She's gone. She's gonna pop back in again. But yeah, so Ripley is cloned. The Queen is extracted, and they need hosts for the alien. And that's where we're introduced to the crew to Betty, which is this kind of skeezy pirate ship. And I think the basis for Serenity as well. I think a lot of the ideas that geez, that poor fucking xenomorph won't stand a chance. Um, but yeah, the Betty's crew have essentially kidnapped a bunch of colonists that are on the way to a planet to work in a mine, and they've kidnapped them as essentially guinea pigs for Gidman and Ren to test the facehuggers out on. And oh, she is back. She is back.
Sorry, darling, I don't know what
No, no, no,
happened.
you're okay. You're okay. Um, I was just saying the introduction to the crew of the Betty. What did you think of the crew of the pirate ship?
I liked him for the most part. Good cast of characters, good character actors for the most part. But again, kind of like Winona Ryder, you know what I mean? They don't do a lot. Like again, this is a very popcorny kind of movie, and they give fun quips and they give enough, but they don't. It's not a particularly deep film. I think is one of the problems why this movie doesn't work for me. It's not a particularly super deep film, but they're all right. They're all right.
I think
Ron
Janae,
Perlman is the standout,
he
obviously.
is the standout. I think Janae was given the mandate. Hey, we want memorable characters. This is going to be a combination of Alien and Aliens. So this crew is going to be like the Marines from Aliens, and it's like,
I'm
there's a bit
I
more.
said the same thing, Larry. I didn't want Wilcott to die so quickly either. I told Marty, I'm like, Wilcott's dead. No.
It was wasted, but that guy's performance would have just fucking overshadowed everyone. Um, like, when those characters were introduced, were you like, oh, okay, these guys are scumbags? They've kidnapped colonists, or are you like, what
Well,
was your thoughts?
I thought that was a pretty impactful scene of the movie when we're literally with the audience. We're standing and watching these poor people, getting like literally fed, for a lack of a better word, to these aliens, and it's like, Jesus Christ, that was a pretty brutal scene. You can look at it, I guess, on their point of view, it's for science and they're trying to figure out, but that, I mean, it's a pretty, no matter how you cut it, it's a pretty scummy thing to do. But on the
Yeah,
on the other hand, it's what it is. It's an alien movie.
like, do you think, like, even I I I do think there is a small element of the plot that's put in that gives them a kind of get out of jail free card, because Eligen gives the crew, the colonists, to the fucking Perez and his soldiers. And when he's having whiskey with Perez, and goes, as far as I know, military science vessels don't operate outside regulated space. And he's like, what do you want, Elgin? What do you want? He's like, they have no idea what's going to be done to these colonists. Do they care? Probably not. Would they feel the same if they knew what was going to happen?
I don't know. I mean, and you got to remember, this is kind of, where they're in isn't, a normal situation. So probably they might feel bad. I think their conscience would twinge and they might go, hey, what the fuck are we doing? I think this group of people actually would do that. And
Yeah.
they'd probably be like, what the fuck are we doing, guys?
Um, just a quick thing. I don't think they were going to go very serious. So they weren't, as Jen pointed out. It's a popcorn movie. Yes, Larry, I did notice that because the two rifles that Elijah had slung over his shoulders were actually on the ground next to him when he was pulled through the hole. I was like, okay, that is a weird edit. Um,
But
but
it's a cool looking scene. It's the one thing as a horror fan that I appreciate. I like how gory some of the scenes are. I really do appreciate that. This movie has a couple of pretty gore. I mean, it's nothing like that's going to jar you, but I'm like, for an aliens movie, there's some pretty good gory
yeah,
scenes in it.
this is in for the time. This was the goriest Alien movie because
Mhm.
if you look back at Alien and Aliens, and Alien 3 had a lot more gore, but the first two, a lot of the kills are done off screen
Mhm.
or
Yeah.
they're just really quick. Where this is just visceral. So, the crew of the Betty arrive. Uh, they kind of they kind of just hang out in the ship, and then we see the what happens to colonists, and it goes to later that evening. And I'm going to let you discuss the scene involving Giddeman and the alien in the fucking viewing chamber. What did you think? Was it more? Was it a sexual thing, or was it like a child going to the zoo playing with the tiger?
It was both. It can be both. I thought it was. I actually kind of thought it was both. I know I keep pressing the French thing, but it is. It has a very sexual undertone, but it also has a very gleefully of a child. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I like. I liked it. I mean, but then the weird thing is this movie. Of course, this isn't really weird for me. Like, this is one of those movies where I feel sorry for at least toward the end. I feel sorry for one of the aliens, and I'm like thinking it's just a movie, Jen, but I feel sorry.
that is the point. Because if you go into the novelization, yes, I have the fucking novelization written by uh, Dean Cresby. I think it's or AC Crespin. I have the novel by AC Crespin, and it goes into Ripley's mentality. She's not only killing it, the alien we're talking about. We won't get into too much detail. Jump ahead, but she's not just killing it because it's dangerous. She's killing it because if any other military unit gets their hands on it, it's going to
It
be
could.
tortured. So it's a mercy. She considers it as well, and
Mhm.
she feels bad about it.
Well, you can
Uh,
see that in Sigourney Weaver's performance as well. You can see the heartbreak on her face, and that's probably to me that was I know there's another scene where you said really showed
yeah.
Sigourney Weaver's range and emotion, and I know that's a great scene too. But for me, it was definitely that ending where she's like kind of crying and realizes that, and as a mother would.
I think it even starts screaming or speaking.
It
Yeah,
does.
yeah,
It
yeah,
does, and it kinda breaks your heart, like, that's a part where and it happened in one of the Jurassic Park movies too, they're not real, but you kinda get a little, like, choked up at it, or I do.
yeah. No, I don't like animals being killed, even if they are fucking, from. Is it me or is the hybrid xenomorph get you very seasick? Yeah, there was elements of
Yes,
Pumpkinhead. Yeah, I got
yes.
that. I got that. Um, but so would
Sorry, I'm jumping around, Marty,
no,
I
no, no.
got you off.
I'm fucking doing the same. So essentially, Call sneaks off, breaks into Ripley's cell, and she's like, "Look, I'm fucking here to kill the alien. I can't help you. I can kill you if you want." And she's like, "Why would you want to kill me? I'm fine." So Call leaves, gets captured by the guards, and shit! I just realized. Sorry, I'm jumping back again. Speaking of jumping, okay, before all this happens, one of the best scenes, hashtag best scenes, we get to see another hidden Ripley hybrid power. Jen, do you want to go over that scene?
I wish I'd thought to, but I don't have one anyway. But I wish I had some sort of ball, not yours for once, darling, but an actual bouncy ball. And like, okay, so Sigourney Weaver, she can make the basketball spinny on her finger, and it's apparently this is an alien power to show how badass she is. And like, she gets the the ball in the hoopy thing, and like, she's like got mad skills, son. with
She's
the bally, with the bouncy bally thing.
but all she but the thing is, right, because of her alien powers, she was shooting some b-ball
Outside of the street.
outside of the school, and when a couple of guys who were up to no good, they started making trouble in her neighborhood, and she got into one little fight. Okay,
Marty, what the fuck? What? I mean, I guess it's a cool scene, but why?
because it was trying to show that she had alien powers, she had alien blood, alien strength, alien speed.
But couldn't they have demonstrated that in another way? Like, when I think of the Alien franchise, I don't think of basketball. And I was this scene, I mean, it's cool. I'm not knocking it. It's cool. But I was like, basketball in an alien movie?
So you're Cara with a C says, so you're telling me if a xenomorph didn't have the urge to kill a bunch of people and face huggers and everything, they could be an NBA star, but potentially.
I wonder what kind of shoes they'd endorse.
There is Cara. I'll tell you one thing. There is a xenomorph that's a stand-up comedian in the universe.
What?
Yeah. That's a story for another time. Anyway, what
Well,
else?
you can't pull that shit, Marty. You can't just pull that out and like not tell me and probably everyone else.
You can also. Oh, Larry says she can also catch a basketball with one hand. So yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Marty, the kid, the stand-up comedian thing.
I'll tell you about Jerry another time. Anyway, well, yeah, no, yeah, I'll tell you another time, Cara. Don't worry.
If you know, you know. Apparently, I'm the only one that doesn't.
Well, neither does Cara with a C. So, shit takes off when Call tried to kill Ripley. She's captured. The entire crew is accused of fucking terrorism, and the aliens take the opportunity to escape their cells. I don't know how I feel about how they escaped their cell.
Oh, you were talking about that when we were watching it, because you would think like you can give a movie a pass, but this is like pushing it because basically their acid, their blood,
Yeah.
they're acidy thingy-jiggers, and that you would think that whoever designed their cells would, make that a priority. I mean, you don't have to be a fucking grand architect to think I got to make this acid proof if we're going to hold something that does acid. I get what you mean, but again, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, but this is just kind of a popcorn movie where those sort of
Yeah,
things.
no. I think I'm just so used to Tree, kind of very tightly written Tree. So again, I know Tree has issues, but for the most part, those movies, they kind of hold up. Okay, Larry makes a good point. Well, if Walmart funded them, Jen, so
Yeah,
like
exactly. I'm okay. It does look cool, but on the other hand, like I can understand, like seeing the acid kind of eat away a hole in the floor thing. That did look cool. Like take the logic part out of it, but it looked cool.
Oh yeah, it's a throwback to the second one where there's multiple holes through multiple levels of the ship, which again is another issue I have. It's like, okay, yeah, this is a spaceship. Do you remember why the Nostromo crew couldn't fucking shoot it straight out in case a hole fucking gets burnt in the hull? So the crew, there's a massive evacuation, and the crew of the Betty take Ren hostage and another soldier called the Stefano. Ripley escapes by using her blood to melt some wires.
Mm-hmm.
Again, how the fuck is this cell supposed to keep in fucking xenomorphs?
That bothers you.
It fucking does. It makes total sense. Some creatures with acid would never cut itself upon escape. That's just ridiculous. Yeah, I don't know. I'm being too picky. So the crew of the Betty meets up with Ripley after Michael Winscott's death, and calls like, we can't trust her. She's half alien. And Ripley's like, again, this is where the quips start. Who do I have to fuck to get off this boat? And Ron Perlman's like, I'll get you off. maybe not the boat. And it's like,
Ron Perlman, I mean, he, like Larry said, he's chewing the scenery in this movie. Like he gives Brad Dourif a run for his money. Like, and I'm biased when it comes to Brad Dourif, but Ron Perlman gives everyone a run for this money, run for their money in this movie. It's a cool scene though. Like I like the humor, and I like the humor they have here. And like if anyone's going to deliver the comedic lines, Ron Perlman is definitely your guy to do that. There's just something about the dude.
so the crew goes through the ship. They pick up a couple other characters. They come by. Yeah, I love that line. Earth, what a
I do too.
shitful. Um, see, I think we got Xenomorphs Ron. I think their tin is Peony, and they're not trying to kill people. They're just trying to fuck everything. Okay, so like Jen, essentially.
I don't fuck everything, just you.
Okay. Before me.
I don't fuck I'm a lady, damn it.
I am right. Those kids were immaculate conceptions. Right.
They
Anyway,
were.
no, I'm joking. My girlfriend is not loose. Okay. Anyone says my girlfriend's loose, I'll fucking shoot them. But I'm lucky. I'm lucky she has fucking patience, because she'd knock the shit out of me and be justified in doing it. Anywho, right. So they come across a lab where they find the failed clones. What's your thoughts on the lab with the failed clones? I love that scene.
I knew you did. We kind of talked about it when we were watching the movie. It is a very impactful scene. Like I said, the scene that really hit me is more toward the end, but I can totally understand why this is a favorite scene of yours. And it does show, like, I do like the horror, and they don't like Sigourney Weaver handles the scene expertly, because it's slow. I mean, you can just see all of it dawning on her. And then when she sees the one that has her face that says, "Kill me," and stuff. And then like, I like how Call comes in and hands her the gun too. Like it's the right. Again, we're going on mercy killings. That's kind of a theme in this movie on a couple of things, because putting it out of its suffering. And it's a good scene. It's a good scene visually. It's a cool scene, just walking in that room and seeing all these different deformed, things that are part of her but aren't her, but are part of her. It's a cool looking scene. And then I like the fire as well, and I like the emotional impact the scene has.
I love that as well, and I love like how fucking Call stand. I think that's the beginning of the bond between Ripley and Call.
Yeah,
and I love Ron Perlman, but I think that quip he gives at the end
kind of diminishes
the scene. He's like, I don't get it. It's a waste of fucking ammo. Must be a chick tin. And I'm like, dude, you just undermined a really fucking deep scene. Or am I fucking being too pedantic?
No, what this I can give you a horror equivalent in a weird way. This is kind of like you could look at this as a Last House on the Left, the original Last House on the Left, where you get these really horrifying scenes and then you get these over the top kind of things. I think they don't quite. The humor works sometimes, but sometimes it doesn't quite work.
I get it. It's a vehicle for levity, but that close to that scene, I think it really just.
It might be for some people, like that scene might have been so heavy that they felt you need a little comic relief to kind of take out the just the impact of it. You know what I mean? It's such a hard scene. Maybe they thought, okay, we do need a little humor, because sometimes you do. I can understand your point of it undermining it, but I can also understand some people that is our defense mechanism, is a joke.
I think I do enjoy it. And I think the line is funny, but I wish they'd spaced it off a bit more. Kara says, yeah, it was grotesque, the scene, but in a beautiful kind of way as well. And I'm glad, like, I bitch some of the CG in this is shanky, but I do like the practical effects and the creature effects. Yeah, Creepy Mickey says, I think it works because the character is just a numbskull who would say something like that. Let's see. My favorite moment in the movie is when the Queen is like, oh, my hybrid baby came. And the hybrid baby's like, who the fuck is this? Stranger danger, and just straight up takes it out. Yeah, that's cool. That's a cool scene.
That is a
So we we end up picking up Leland Oyser's Purvis character. If you're wondering who Leland Oyser is, he was the dad in The Guest, and he was also in Seven. He was the guy with the spike dildo that
Mhm.
lost. I think he was the guy who fucking killed the prostitute.
Yeah.
And
Didn't want to, it was against his will, but yeah, did do
yeah,
it anyway. Great
but
scene too.
he's a great actor, and
Mhm.
I like how it's like we've got this R-rated version of Rick Moranis just stuck in this fucking movie, and like everyone's trying to explain to him what's going on. What's in fucking side me? And Sigourney Weaver just goes up and goes, "There's a monster in your chest. It's a nasty one, and in a couple hours it's going to kill you." And he's like, "Who are you?" "I'm the monster's mother," and they put that in the trailer as well. That was a cool fucking scene.
That is now that's where the humor really does work. This movie's an uneasy mix.
Yeah. I had you any favorite character bar Brad Dorf? Had you any other favorite characters in this movie?
Now, how do you know Brad Dourif's my favorite character?
Because it's you.
I like Ron Perlman's character a lot, and I like Sigourney Weaver. Like she's one who, it kind of again, it's that last bit of the movie where it kind of sells me. I like her, but I also like the way she is. There is some heartfelt scenes. There's like you said, the deleted or in the extended cut that we saw, where she sees a picture that in the audience, of course, they even kind of make her look like Newt, and that's a very impactful scene. There's a couple things I like, but probably bar Brad Dourif. Yes, Brad Dourif is my favorite
Mm.
in this. But I also really enjoy Ron Perlman. But the whole cast is good. I think Michael Wilcock. I'm with Larry. I kind of think they killed him a little too soon, but
Yeah, that's interesting because there's so many characters like Charles Dance's character in Alien 3 of Clemens,
mhm,
the medic that Ripley sleeps with. He's
yeah,
killed off way too early as well, and he's fantastic.
yeah. Maybe it's just a tradition in these movies.
Yeah, I suppose. Um, the next scene is the underwater scene,
I
and
like that scene actually.
do you think the CG held up?
Um, Not entirely, but I still think it's weird. I don't think, especially with the bullet under the water thing. As you said, very Matrix like. I don't think that holds up pretty well. But there's something kind of beautiful, and there's something kind of neat with an alien swimming. They're all of them swimming, and it gives a very fast kind of urgency because not only are they fighting against the alien, they're also trying to get to air, to oxygen, and it's a trap on top of that. So there's a lot of things going on, and it handles it really well, or at least I think it does.
I don't like the redesign they did for the movie because they gave it this kind of shite brown color. But one thing I do like is they put this
The tail.
blade onto the tail, so
Mhm.
that made it more kind of maneuverable to swim.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked it. There was as you said, there was a kind of time limit to them getting out because they were being hunted by the xenomorphs underwater. Kara says Dorf does creepy well, but Crispin Glover makes it sexy.
I would say that Dorf does it sexier, but I can respectfully understand your opinion. I can agree to disagree with that, but I get where you're coming from.
But so they manage to escape, and Hillard's taken out. Christy climbs up, and an alien comes up after him. Call is fucking shot by Ren, and before they can do anything, the alien starts climbing up the ladder and spits acid in Christy's face. And Christy, who has been carrying Reese, the mechanic, the whole time, he falls, and Reese the paraplegic has to
Has to
fucking
climb.
climb, and Johnner kills the alien, but it's still holding on to Christie's boot. And I'm like, what the fuck? Christy starts to cut the straps off. And I'm like, dude, just someone climb down and just pry the claws off his boot. Why? Like maybe the acid was killing him. I don't know. Um, it
That's
it
what I. That's
a
what I
hell of
took it.
a hell of a lot more went on Drake and it killed him. Um, but he seemed to be able to function. I don't know. It's just like
Could it
I
be
don't know.
I regret I only have but one life to give to my country? That's kind of what I took it as. I regret that I only have one life to give to my country. This is our patriotic moment where I'm gonna take one for the
Oh,
team.
say, can
Seriously, that's
you
what I
see?
got from it. That's kind of what I got from it.
Well, do you think it kind of established the crew better because Christy seemed to be the character that all the crew liked. He got on with Johnner, he got on with Elgin, he got on with Reese. Like, do you think that was like, oh, we want to punch the
Hmm.
audience in the fields,
I think it's an
and
emotional punch, but I also get the feeling like it's kind of a patriot, which is weird because it's a Frenchman directed it. But I got a very American, I'm going to take one for my team and my country, and I regret I have but one life to give. That's kind of the vibe I got, which is again very interesting because that's not an American director doing it, but that's the feel I got. I was going to tell you when we were watching it. That's where I went with it, and I could be totally wrong. That's just the vibe it gave me.
did did you get a surprise when Call came back? Or were you
Nah,
like,
I kind
we're
of
not
figured.
killing Renona Ryder off this
I
early?
figured. I kind of because this is again. I'm not. When I hope people don't. I don't come across as kind of an asshole. But this kind of movie, one of its weaker points is it's very predictable. It's kind of the plot is a little bit by the numbers, and it's fun. It's not all movies need to be this grand thing. But this is one that's very by the numbers, and it's a little predictable in some areas. And I'm like, yeah, we have Winona Ryder here for a reason, so we're not gonna waste her this quickly. So yeah, I wasn't surprised.
Okay. So they get out anyway, and it turns out Winona Ryder's a robot. Were you surprised that it turned out she was a robot, or were you
No,
like,
I kind
no,
of saw it coming. Again, I
no,
really sound like a douchebag.
her personality? This bitch is a robot.
No, it's just there's something up between there's this kind of connection she has, and like sometimes again the thing we hate in other people is sometimes the things we hate in ourselves. And even though she's a little different from Ripley, she's also sort of like Ripley, so it kind of makes poetic sense that they're kind of two halves of the same whole.
They're neither of them are human, and they're trying to save humanity.
Yeah,
So Call hacks into the ship. Um, Yeah, Larry says when she wasn't drunk from fucking
that's another tip.
the moonshine.
Yeah.
I wasn't into Alien then, so I didn't know what the standard was. Yeah, Tree had a robot in there somewhere. That was Bishop. He was destroyed, Creepy McGee, in part 3. But so they go to the chapel to pack into the Ariga, and they can't blow up the ship because it's fucking burnt too much uh, fuel. So they're like, fuck it. Well, it's heading back to Earth. So let's just crash it into an unpopulated continent. And as a result, the time frame has now been shortened from 90 minutes to 45 minutes. And they decide to fucking bolt for the Betty. And when they're halfway there, it's like, oh shit, we're right above the hive. What did you think of the bit where fucking Ron Perlman's like, hey, we've got 90 minutes. What are you talking about? He goes, oh, we've only 45. What the fuck? What did this little bitch do? And it's like, I will kill you. Does that computer? I have to draw you a schematic. And there's a funny scene earlier on where it's antagonistic, where Ripley pulls out the alien's jaw and hands
Mm-hmm.
it to Call, and she's like, "Make a nice souvenir." And then it's paid back in a nicer kind of way because fucking Johnner is just fucking giving Call shit, and Ripley grabs him by the throat, and she's like, "Do you want another souvenir?" And he's like, "Ah." I thought that was cute.
It
It
was.
it's a bit too quipply though. It's a bit more of the quippliness.
But it kind of, again, it establishes these characters. The one thing you can say is all of these characters do have personality. Like, these aren't just bland, characters that are here for a body count. You actually come to like and care about them.
They are. They're pretty cool. Hey, strange monkey. Or do you need a schematic? I love that. I love that line.
That was cute.
And before they reach the ship, however, Ripley is actually captured by the aliens and taken back to the hive, where, as Brad Dorff explains, essentially Ripley got alien traits, but the Queen got human traits and has a human womb and human elements. And that's when the newborn makes its appearance. What did you think of the newborn?
I found it both grotesque, but also, like, again, this is going back to immaculate, and it's kind of like the thing: are you a Rosemary, or are you a different kind of bitch? I still would be like, oh, because it's kind of sweet. And again, you pointed out it does the face licking thing, which a lot of movies in that time, the monsters do the face licking thing. But besides that, it is kind of a sweet. It's a sweet scene. Like, I know that's probably stupid of me to say, but
No, no,
I
no.
actually.
That's what they're going for. Because Jean Pierre Genet said he wanted to give it a nose or a little quill like a butterfly, and its
Mhm.
eyes. It had eyes of a toddler.
Yeah, you can tell and stuff. So like the scene that's coming up, it's very impactful. And like, even though it's just, just a puppet thing, I was kind of sucked in, and I was like, oh, are we gonna? I get why we have to do what we have to do, but do we really have to kill it? I got, that was a scene that actually really emotionally impacted me.
So you still felt sorry for it, even though it's skull capped.
Hmm.
Brad Dorff.
Yeah, because it was a baby. It didn't. I mean, it didn't understand, and it listened to Ripley. Like, when Ripley said that, or Ripley 8 said, when put it down. She does with Call, or he does with Call and stuff, and he just goes over and he hugs his mom. It's like a little toddler. It might be a little slow, but you still love it.
No, 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 no. I get you. I get you. There is definitely a drive to give this thing empathy. Um, it's not. It's a killing machine, but it's not just this vicious, outright killing machine.
Yeah, it's
Um,
its nature and stuff, but it does think that that's its mom. It does have some form of humanity into it, because it does love Ripley, or at least whatever love it substitutes for it. It's stupid, but it's a powerful scene. It worked on me, and I'm like, oh, maybe it's just mom in me, but and that scene where she's crying, where she has to do what she has to do, and then and it's not a fast scene. That's one thing I really think that the movie's really smart in. They don't immediately suck it out the window. It's a long and drawn out process, and you have and the audience has to watch along with Ripley, and it's kind of tears at your heartstrings a wee bit. As dumb as that sounds, it did.
no, it does. It's cruel, but at the 2 points is that this thing is too dangerous to keep alive, and if the military got their hands on it,
It would torture it.
yeah, they'd torture and experiment on it. It fucking destroyed. Poor De Stefano. Poor De Stefano got to the ship. He got to the chopper. He's like, "Yes, I made it out. I'm the only guy in my unit to survive. I turned. I sided with the pirates. I defeated Doctor Wren has the best death, I think, in the entire movie, though, because
Mhm.
Parivas, Leland Oiser's character, goes out like a fucking hero, because he holds the crew. Wren holds the crew hostage, and Parivas decides to take the moment to chest burst and puts the dude's fucking head against his chest, and it just comes straight fucking through. I love that scene. But yeah, De Stefano dies. De Stefano gets his head squished, and Ripley kind of realizes, look, I got to destroy this thing. And as Jen pointed out, it's a really fucking heart wrenching kind of scene,
It is
and
for
it is
me.
it's a toddler. It's not right. It's not. It's half xenomorph, half human, but still, it's a seesaw between its humanity and its kind of xenomorphic tendencies.
I'd probably be like, we'll hide it. We'll get in a real reinforced acid-proof room and we'll hide it. We'll hide it. It'll be
I,
fine.
it's like, Mama, love me, love me.
Basically, yeah. I'm a Rosemary through and through.
Jesus Christ. I'm not surprised. You took 3 straight. You are the fucking saint of strays, aren't you? It explains your attraction to me. Look at the Irishman. Look at him.
No, that's not why.
I got a little leprechaun in the mail. Oh. But so they kill the newborn, they make it back to Earth. And this version has an alternate version. Very Army of Darkness, where we land and the camera's facing Ripley and Cole, and they're like, oh, what do? We better, get lost. And goes, I don't know, I'm a stranger here myself. And the camera pans behind him, and we're in Paris, post-apocalyptic Paris. And
Nice touch, by the way.
I want to edit in Ash in the foreground going, no. Yeah. But yeah, no, I don't hate this movie, but I don't appreciate when people say it's better than Alien 3.
But this one has a more mainstream palette than 3. Let's be honest, and I'm with you on this. But then I'm an pretentious douchebag, so of course I'm gonna prefer 3. But like this has a more mainstream.
No, this movie has merits.
Mm-hmm.
This movie has merits, but I think it's a deviation from what was established.
You think it's a step down?
Yeah, no. Not a fucking dive off the ladder, maybe 2 or 3 steps down. You don't like climb to the top of the diving board and go, hey, fuck this kind of thing.
I get you. I enjoyed it for what it is. Now again, I'm not near as big of an Alien fan as you are, but it was fun. It wasn't near as bad as what I've heard. I've heard it has a reputation, and I'm like, it's fun. It's more in the fun category. It's a fun popcorn movie, but I can understand where people like you who really hold 3 in a high regard. This can be it is a big step down, but I don't think it's a step down. I think it's just in a very different direction.
If you want me to try and spin it in a positive light, okay? Alien 3 is a 3-course meal. And Resurrection is the complimentary fucking coffee and tea and biscuits you get for, you didn't ask for it, but you're getting it for free anyway, so you might as well take it. Like, you're like, you may not like, oh my God, these biscuits are stale, or I don't really drink that brand of coffee. So you just leave it to the side. But it's there if you want it. It's like, yes, that's what Alien Resurrection is for me. That's the positive I could say. It's like, I love Aliens, Alien 3, and Resurrection's there if you want it. Like,
it's there if you want it. Would you consider it a trash fire?
No. Definitely, it keeps its head. If you had asked me that circa 2002, I'd be like, this is a trash fire. This is an absolute trash fire. Then Alien vs. Predator came out. Then AVP2 came out. Then Prometheus came out. Then Alien Covenant came out. So, yeah, no, things ain't looking so bad for Alien Resurrection.
It's sort of like how everyone thought Bush was a horrible president till we had Trump, huh?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. That's perfect. It's like, bet you don't think President Bush is so fucking bad now. LJ just said, Alien in space, no one can hear you scream. Alien Resurrection on Earth, no one asked for it, but you got it anyway.
That's perfect.
Yeah, no, 3 doesn't deserve. This doesn't deserve hate. There, it's the spare tire of the series. It could be in the trunk for the lifetime of the car, and you never need it. but maybe it's good to have it. Again, I'm trying to be positive towards this movie.
You're doing it a little begrudgingly, darling. Just a wee bit begrudgingly. You gave it a fair shake, though. You did.
No, I did. And the cast is great. The visuals are a bit too slick for my liking, but it still has its own style. Jean-Pierre Jeunet has done some fantastic stuff, from City of Lost Children to Amelie, and this is definitely on the lower tier, but he's left his mark on it. And I think it's a worthy addition to his kind of back catalog and stuff. Again, you have fun with this movie, and this movie, another positive I'll give to this movie is it has a beginning, a middle, and an end. I don't think fucking Prometheus has Prometheus has a beginning, an end, a middle, and a beginning again.
You're gonna make me watch that one too, aren't you?
No. Nobody deserves that.
Not even me.
No, maybe
I
Covenant.
don't know. Once we watch Necromantic, you might change your mind.
No, if we watch Necromantic.
What do you mean if? You promised for my birthday, Marty. You promised.
Are you guys going to do City? What movie is that, Cara? Oh, fuck you, LJ. RoboCop 2 is a masterpiece. RoboCop 2 is a masterpiece.
We need Velvet here for that.
Jesus Christ. No, Jen. I don't think it's bad. It just doesn't make any fucking sense.
I haven't seen it yet, Larry, so I can't comment.
But no, Jen, if you show me Necromantic, yeah, we'll do Necromantic. Showing Necromantic, Jen. We're doing AVPR, the sequel to Alien vs. Predator.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, we'll check out City of Lost Children. Oh, Jen, AVPR has some cool elements, but my favorite line in Alien vs. Predator Requiem is, "Damn it, people are dying. Eddie, we need guns."
I must really love you. I must really love you.
Damn it, Eddie, people are dying. We need guns.
I must really love you. I wouldn't do this for anybody else.
You know what, Jen? You may say that's a stupid line, but to me, I'd say that's a mantra for like states in Texas, for towns in Texas, or fucking, people are dying. We need guns.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Are you looking at me or the clock? Oh yeah, that line. I forgot about that.
Resurrection is Oscar worthy compared to RoboCop 3.
Thank you, Larry. Fucking cyborg ninja. What about Delicatessen? Yeah, do you know what? We'll do. When's Bastille Day? We'll do a French movie. Do a French weekend or something.
We could do High Tension.
Yes, we'll do High Tension. We'll do a French month.
Yes, there's actually quite a few. There's a movie called Fat Girl that's a really great for. Of course, Jen's only saying horror shit, but yeah, you could even throw in Martyrs, and you could throw in a couple others. Marty, we could do the American version of Martyrs. That would be a Trashfire.
Why? This is why we can't have nice things, dude.
I mean, Inside is really good too. Yeah, Larry's right. Inside's really good. But no, Marty, we really should. It's been a while since we've had a special guest, Velvet, join us. I mean, we could talk about the American Martyrs remake. God knows that classifies as a transfer. I'm not talking about the original Martyrs. I'm talking about the American one, guys. Jesus Christ.
We got to do a Nightbreed talk with LJ as well.
We will definitely do that. Velvet is going to be gone this weekend, but what one of the you will do? We'll definitely do it because that's one of their favorites. Is Nightbreed is one of their favorites, so we will definitely.
Also, also when people were saying, fucking aliens, fuck everything, Jen isn't like that. I was joking. I just want everyone to know I'm talking out my arse. The lady's a fucking saint. I love her to bits. And she just had she just had to deal with some very fucking, I don't know, arseholery fucking partners. But at least even Jen can make a fucking a situation go from one way to another way and have two fantastic kids out of it. So I just want to reiterate that I do not think my girlfriend is anyway like that.
Thank you, darling.
Because I don't know. I'm sorry about that, babe.
Oh,
Didn't
don't
mean
worry
to say
about
that.
it. Don't worry, you were just playing. I know you were.
But Nightshade, Jen will need to make an appearance for Nightbreed Talk. Oh
Oh,
yeah, your character
Doris
Nightshade.
has seen Fat Girl. Yes, Fat Girl. You haven't seen it, Marty, have you? It's a good one.
No, I
It's a French
wasn't.
one.
I thought it was French. I thought it was Spanish. No.
No, this one's French. This is very French. Trust me,
Okay.
you'll see. I like how Creepy McGee goes smooth.
No, but no, I made a gag earlier on, and I think it was kind of stupid. I'm sorry about that,
No,
babe.
it was fine, darling. You know, we play. Marty's one of the most wonderful partners I've ever had, and I love him to death. I love him to death, and we
Well,
can
that's not
play.
difficult because the other guys were fucking assholes. If I could find them, I'd beat them to death with a fucking pin hammer. But
Yeah. But no, Fat Girl is really good, Marty. Like it's a good one, and yeah, we should do a fucking French because there's some. But we have to, Marty. We have to talk about the American for the Trashfire portion of it. We can talk about some good movies too for French, but I guess for the Trashfire portion of it, the American Martyrs movie is what we're gonna have to go with. I'm sorry.
okay, then we also have to do the American version of Taxi with Jimmy Fallon and Queen Latifah.
Yeah. What did you think, Larry? I've been meaning to. I saw you were talking about it with Night Owl that you started. What did you think of it? I hope you like. I hope you like it because it's one of my favorite movies. I hope you like Speak No Evil. No, LJ, not that kind. The movie's called Fat Girl.
So, babe, what have you got in the pipeline?
Well, hopefully an
I,
Irishman.
I knew what was gonna happen, but I wanted to fucking say it because I love when you take the piss out of me over it.
But besides a handsome Irishman, right now we have Velvet and I have a discussion on Late Night with the Devil because we're a little bit on the island. We have some different perspectives than a lot of people do with that movie, and also probably, hopefully, we're gonna try to watch the new episode of Chucky. We haven't done that yet, and hopefully, I'm really excited. There's a movie that hardly anybody is talking about called No One Will Find You, and we're gonna have a review on that one, and I'm really proud of that review. And it's a good movie on top, and it's one that Velvet and I have very different opinions on. I love the movie; they weren't such a fan of it, but there's a lot to be talked about with that one. And the movie's on, I believe it's on Shudder if you guys want to check it out. But I'd highly recommend it. I'm glad you're digging it, Larry. I'm glad I really will love to hear. Let me know when you see it and see the ending because I'd really love to hear your thoughts. We might have to. That would be something you, me, and Larry could do. We could have a discussion on Speak No Evil.
We shall definitely do that. Has anyone seen The Remains? What a piece of shite. I haven't seen that one yet, LJ. Also, guys, just to let you know, tomorrow I won't be appearing on a bunch of people's Alien Day streams. That's why I'm having it now. Big thanks to everyone who invited me to theirs, and be sure to check them out. I think Larry and Night Owl Reviews are doing one special one. Gart Video Tasties is doing one. But for me, I am going to be hosting. It's Jen's stream, but I will be hosting. Um, I'm sorry, Cara. I know. I had her warned. I shouldn't have warned her on it. Um, yeah, it kind of was. Well, like for it is kind of interesting about a movie about penis-headed monsters that you didn't like cut loose.
I was trying to, like you said, I was trying to be a little bit more well behaved because I know how much this franchise and these movies mean to you. So I was trying to be more of a serious partner for y'all. Don't expect it too much, people. Don't think that this was going to be something that's going to be the standard quo. But, every once in a while, Jen can be somewhat well behaved, and Marty doesn't even have to. In fact, if he had threatened to spank me, that probably would have made me even less well behaved. But, I love
Let's
it when
see.
Marty. Ooh, do that again. Through Ooh.
Okay, there we go. Jesus Christ. Anywho,
Did anyone else's nipples get hard, or was it just mine?
mine got a bit. I think I can cut glass now. But yeah, no, tomorrow, if they're not watching us and decide, fuck this, we're not joining in. Tomorrow I'm hosting a stream. That is Jen's idea. It's horror hot takes. It's going to be not about movies themselves, but what it is to be a horror fan. And we have two fantastic guests. We have Lady Sasha, we have Dice, and I tell a lie, we have three fantastic guests. Lady Sasha, Dice, and Ethel should be on tomorrow.
And Velvet too. Velvet should be
on
on
Velvet.
as well.
So be sure to check that out. But before I go, I just want to thank
What about
everyone.
you, Marty, though? What else have you got? Besides an American in your pipeline or your penis line? Penile line.
No, technically, shouldn't I be in your pipeline? I'd be in your pipes.
Your penis in my pipeline.
Piping hot?
Piping hot peanut butter covered penis.
Fine. Jen cut loose. Cara wanted raunchy, so you can cut loose.
Ooh. I didn't say ranch covered penis.
Oh no! You come near me with ranch, we're in trouble.
But no, what are you besides? You put out a fantastic review this morning on a figure.
I picked up Agatha on the cheap. I'm going to try. I might do something tomorrow for Alien Day. I want to do my top, maybe 10.
You can do me on the top.
Yeah, that's a given. It's you. But anyway, I might do my top favorite characters from the Aliens expanded universe, be it comics, novels, or video games. One of them will be Jerry. Jerry will be one of the characters from Alien Stronghold, a xenomorph who is a stand-up comedian and has the best aim this side of Zeta Reticuli with a laser rifle.
I could talk about horror stuff that you wouldn't know about.
I don't know what the fuck you're on about half the time. And that's not even horror stuff.
It's just regular.
Thanks, Larry. LG said mine went back in to get scared easily. What the fuck, LG?
You gotta talk softly to him. Marty whispers in a sexy. You gotta find a sexy Irishman to whisper softly.
What the fuck?
Not my sexy Irishman. You gotta find your own, but you know.
Jen, can I say the sexiest word ever?
Don't you? No.
No, it's not what you think. It's not what you think.
I know what it is, Marty. I know what it is.
It's not what it is. I swear to God, honest engine. Okay. Do you know the sexiest word ever created? Aluminium.
No. Okay, at least it's not the other one.
Oh, you mean lung butter?
God damn.
I love lung butter. Anywho,
I watched Alien Resurrection for you. I wouldn't have done that for anybody else but you.
It looked like there was lung butter covering some of the aliens as
Oh
well.
God, Marty!
Lung butter. If it
And
catches
you
you, you
said
chew.
aluminum wrong.
How do you say it?
Aluminum or tinfoil.
You mean aluminium?
That's wong.
Oh yes, a pinnacle of
Fuck
vernacular
you.
here.
Fuck you.
No, but no, forget baby batter. Lung butter is better. Lung butter. It's
Marty,
the stuff.
weren't you about ready to tell everybody to tune in tomorrow?
Yeah, no, be sure to tune in tomorrow to join myself, Jen, Dice, Lady Sasha, Ethel, and Velvet as we discuss what kind of horror hot takes or what makes a horror fan or what shouldn't make a horror fan or what's kind of the stereotypes that are passed that need to kind of be done away with. But before I go, guys, I just want to say a big thanks to Larry, aka Horror Cat Dad, the always awesome Cara from Horror Retrospective, LJ, the Gears figures enthusiast, another devout supporter of ours, almost like a cult member, Creepy McGee. Dice Rolling was in the chat. Who else had we? Strange Monkey, and we had
People watching with overcoats and their penises hanging out.
Cara with a C was in the chat as well.
And people with penises and overcoats.
And Coffin Crew. Why
Yeah,
you got what? Why do you automatically assume people with penises and overcoats were watching?
Because that's the best way to watch. You put on an overcoat and you're naked underneath, and then you let your little friend just go wee.
Spew juice, squelch. No, look, see, guys, you don't understand. Lung butter, right?
Oh
is
God,
this
Marty,
nice,
please!
salty, consistent thing that travels back through your nose into
I'm
your mouth.
leaving if you don't shut up right now. I am leaving, sir. I am a good Christian woman that doesn't have to put up with this filth.
So you're really going to leave me if I say lung butter?
You know I won't. But at least I can pretend.
Lung butter. If it catches you, you chew. Lung butter. The snot's going to roll up on you. Anyway, with that, we're going to dust off, but I just want to say a big thanks to everyone who stopped in. You guys all kicked ass. I hope you have a fun Alien Day tomorrow. I hope you watch the movies, play the games, read the books, read the comics. And yeah, maybe I might have a video out, but definitely stop in tomorrow evening where myself, Jen, and some cool people discuss the hang-ups of being a horror fan. With that, I'm going to end the stream here, but have a good one. Take care. Bye now.
Bye, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Alien-headed penis. Bye.
Alien penis. Alien penis. Wee. It glows.
Alien erection. That's what this should have been called.
Damn it. Missed up. We got to redo it.